I never thought I'd be that person, the other woman. But the truth is, I didn't even know I was. It all started with someone from my past, a guy I dated back in high school. We had one of those on and off relationships that never really settled. When we were together, it felt intense. When we broke up, he always seemed to go back to the same girl, Kelly. Eventually, things ended between us for good. And not long after that, he married her. I moved on, or at least I thought I did. About a year later, I came back home for the summer from college. I got a job and started settling into a routine. And then, one day, completely out of nowhere, I ran into him again. It felt almost nostalgic and familiar. We started talking and catching up. And that's when he told me a story. He said his marriage was falling apart, that Kelly wanted a divorce, that she was trying to take his child away from him. He looked exhausted and defeated. And I believed him. Looking back now, I hate how easily I believed him. We exchanged numbers and started talking every day. At first, it was just conversations, checking in and supporting him. But slowly things shifted. He invited me over to his apartment. He showed me papers that looked like divorce filings. Everything seemed real and convincing. And eventually, I crossed a line I never thought I would. For a couple of weeks, I was part of his life again. Or at least, I thought I was. Until one small moment changed everything. One day, I realized I had left a pair of earrings at his place. It didn't seem like a big deal, so I just stopped by to pick them up. But when I knocked on the door, someone else answered. It wasn't him, it was his best friend. At first, I was confused and asked if he was around. And that's when everything started to fall apart. His friend looked at me like I had said something strange. Why would he be here? He asked. That's when I found out it wasn't his apartment, he was just house sitting. And then came the real truth. He wasn't getting divorced and his marriage wasn't falling apart. In fact, he and Kelly were in the process of buying a house together. Everything he had told me was a lie, every word. I remember standing there feeling anger, disgust, and embarrassment. Not just at him, but at myself. The next day, I went to work trying to act normal, trying to process everything. And then something unbelievable happened. Kelly walked in. Right there, face to face with the woman I didn't even know I was betraying. And in that moment, I made a decision. I asked her if she was free later that night. She looked confused, but agreed. That evening, we met up and I told her everything. Every message, every lie, every moment. She listened quiet at first. Then I saw the shift. The hurt turning into anger, real anger. By the end of that conversation, she wasn't sad anymore, she was furious. And then she did something I didn't expect. She gave me their address and told me to show up the next day unannounced. So I did. The next day I knocked on the door, and when he opened it, I have never seen someone go that pale in my life. He immediately tried to get me to leave, panicking, whispering, desperate. But it was too late. Because not long after, Kelly showed up and everything exploded. There was no hiding anymore, no lies left to tell, just shouting accusations, the truth finally out in the open. And that was the end of it. Their marriage didn't survive from what I heard later. It ended badly. Really badly. Things came out, things that had nothing to do with me, and it all collapsed. As for me, I walked away from all of it. No contact, no closure, just distance. But even now, when I think back on it, there's still that feeling, that discomfort, because even if I didn't know at first, I was still part of something I never wanted to be part of. And that's something that stays with you. Some mistakes don't just disappear, they just become lessons you never forget.